Welcome back, YouTube, to part 14 of Dragon Age Origins with a Therapist. I appreciate that you've made it this far, as always. I hope you enjoyed the Fade in part 13. I'm glad to be out of it, though it was a good time. And we're going to see what happens now that we're out. Can we find First Enchanter Irvin? What are the Templars going to think? Let's see if we can get everybody on board and fight those Darkspawn. As always, please make sure that you like the stream, leave a comment, follow me on all the links down in the description. I realized that the merch store link has been busted. I appreciate those of you that told me about that. So the new merch store links are good to go. And we'll make sure that that's good going forward. Feel free to check out the merch. But I appreciate so much that all of you are here and that you are willing to support what I do. The most helpful thing you can do for the stream is tell people about it. I really can't emphasize that enough. I appreciate all the monetary support that you provide by memberships and stuff like that. But more than anything, if you tell people about the stream so more eyeballs get on it, it's a great way to help out. So I appreciate those of you that do that. All right, let's rock. Part 14. Sloth Demon is now dead. Liliana's still got her stupid hat on. Alistair's in his Templar armor. I realized that Alistair's in his Templar armor because I put him in that. I thought that was a Fade thing, but it's not. Oh yeah, it's pretty intense, Sean, but remember, TV usually over-dramatizes that stuff. Alrighty. We came in from there, I'm assuming. Soldier corpse.
Right.
Another cabinet. More private documents. I'm taking all the private documents I come across. Libertarian's Cowl. Plus 2/5 mana regeneration in combat. Alright, we'll take that. We'll take that. We'll see if anybody can maybe use that down the line. Legend of Calenhad, Chapter 2. We have the Legend of Calenhad, Chapter 1? We don't. Well, whatever. We're going to read it anyway. With the allegiance of Arl Mirrodin, Calenhad began his rise to greatness. Some of Mirrodin's allies also pledged allegiance, but most thought him foolhardy. A boy commoner who was to lead them and become king? Over the years that followed, however, Calenhad would prove himself worthy of Mirrodin's trust. With each victory, he won over more men to his command, and his reputation as a man of honor spread. Eventually, during his campaign against the Lowland Banorn, he met his most infamous friend and companion, the vaunted warrior Lady Shayna. Calenhad married the famously beautiful daughter of Mirrodin, Meryn, and his firm belief in the ways of the Chantry became the staple of his court. In a time when the Chantry was still new to the lands and courts following Andraste held the majority of power in Ferelden, Calenhad began to solidify the nation as the one in line with the other nations around it. This piety eventually won over Calenhad, those faithful in Ferelden who had been waiting for such a leader. With Lady Shayna at his side, Calenhad was unstoppable, and by 542 Exalted, the war for Ferelden had come down to one final battle against the collected forces of Simeon, Terran of Denerim, and the most potent nobleman in the land. Calenhad persuaded the Circle of Magi to come to his aid, as well as the Ash Warriors, and in the Battle of White Valley he famously defeated Terran Simeon and united the nation. During the battle, Simeon nearly killed Calenhad, but Lady Shayna intervened and took the wound for him, slaying Simeon. Calenhad was crowned king in Denerim that year, with Meryn his queen, but he spent much of the months that followed nursing Lady Shayna back to health. King Calenhad's Ferelden was peaceful for a time, with the Chantry spreading quickly under the king's guidance. Everywhere the king and queen went, they were surrounded by cheering crowds. The common folk celebrated Calenhad as one of their own who had achieved the impossible, and trade opened up with many outside lands for the first time in Ferelden's existence. But as with many such golden ages, it was not to last. From the Legend of Calenhad by Brother Heron, Chantry Scribe, 8:10 Blessed. Well, I hope we find chapter 1. That sounds like a neat story. The hell? Dragonlings? Baby dragons. Okay, well, this is going to be interesting.
Yes.
Make sure I remember to give that beef bone to Dirk. Oh, good. More abominations. Of course we're not done. Okay. Things blowing up like that is quite intense.
Right away.
Sufficient skill. Come on. I'm about to give her that sufficient skill, you know what I'm saying? What? Requires level 12 and 22 cunning. What? What level is she? A level 11. Of course she's a level 11. God damn it. Oh, she's an archer. I didn't know that. Damn it, Leliana. I want you to open chests for me. Battle axe. Two-handed battle axe. I wonder if Sten would like that. Grab it. Maybe we'll give it to him. Nice vase. Nah.
Yes.
Leliana. Thank you. Injury kit. Beastman's dagger. My inventory is full. That's fun. Good. Okay. Well, let's take a gander here at our inventory. Oh yeah, I need to use this. Wait, this tome gives the reader 1 point to spend on the skill, but is rendered useless afterwards. I would like to use it so that I can get it out of here. Inspect. Use. Thank you. Okay. Alright. Let's go ahead and destroy this elf root. I don't need it. God, I'm carrying too much shit. Carrying too much shit. Look at all this. Look at all this nonsense. What's Wynne using? She's got the Enchanter's Staff of Viridium. I mean, are any of these as good? This one actually might be pretty decent for her. Let's give her that. And oh man, too much stuff. Too much stuff. We're gonna destroy this. We're gonna destroy this. Destroy. 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 Creationist cord. You need a belt? Nope, she doesn't. Anybody need a belt? I got one. Good. Here you go. Here's a little belt for you. Probably dump these runes. Oh, I got too many gifts. It's too much stuff. Too much stuff. I don't need that. We're good. Yeah, right. I need a quartermaster in here. I didn't realize I was going to be able to just like loot the shit out of this place after we were done. Oh no. Oh, Alistair. Alistair, buddy. I think Wynne can heal you. Insufficient skill, of course. Okay. Relaxed position makes the warrior seem less threatening, reducing hostility. No, I don't want that. Alistair could probably use some... No, I like giving him more strength, man. Just absolutely load him up on strength. Let's get him into... we'll wait on that. And let's get his Templar up. Cool. Liliana has 3 now. Now she's still level 11 though. What? We're good.
This trick again? I know what you are. It won't work. I will stay strong.
What won't work?
The boy is exhausted. And this cage, I've never seen anything like it. Rest easy. Help is here.
Enough visions. If anything in you is human, kill me now and stop this game.
He's delirious. He's been tortured and has probably been denied food and water. I can tell. Here, I have a skin of...
Don't touch me. Stay away. Filthy blood mages. Getting in my head. I will not break. I'd rather die.
This is the terrifying meta process that the blood mages contribute to, and it's probably why, one of the many reasons why they're illegal. This guy can't tell the difference anymore between reality and what has been forced into his mind. So there is absolutely no reason why this guy would believe that we're safe. In part because perhaps a blood mage has instilled within him that nobody is safe anymore. See, the thing is, like, we look originally at the blood mage making certain things evil and controlling his mind, and we look at those moments as being the bad moments. But the real bad moments are the residual effect that this has. That even when the blood mage is gone, it's in his head. He carries that. Because what happens is the blood mage has shattered his expectations of what's safe. It turned his entire reality on its head. And so now this guy has to live with a healthy dose of skepticism in every possible context because he doesn't know what's real and what's not. That is a terrifying space to be in. So him being in this physical prison is one thing, but it's also a metaphor for the mental prison he is in now. How can he ever trust anybody ever again when that line was blurred? It's a terrifying reality for this guy. So in engaging with him, I have to have that in mind. Like, again, something I talk about in all my playthroughs, this is going to sound familiar to those of you that have watched any of my other ones, is if you want to be a better communicator and decision maker in interpersonal relationships, you need to make sure that you connect with the context of the person or people you're talking to. Do not just use your own sensibilities to affect the way that you show up to that interaction. Everything I just said about this guy having his entire reality turned upside down by blood mages applies to our interaction with him. It helps us depersonalize the way that he's showing up here. Because if I personalize this, I go, what the hell, man? How dare you be skeptical of me because I know I'm safe? Well, there's no reason for him to know that I'm safe. Like, he has absolutely no template for that. It's like going up to somebody who's been perpetually hurt by somebody that looks like you and saying, well, I won't do that to you. You're not entitled to that. So I have to approach this with his reality. If there's any way that I'm going to be able to connect with him, I have to be able to do that. And I have to keep that mindful at all times. Because his interactions right now with me have nothing to do with me. They have everything to do with the context that is around this moment and has led up to this moment. So like telling him to calm down doesn't work. Telling him to snap out of it doesn't work. Don't be foolish. He's not being foolish. You're not going to die if I can help it, and where are the other survivors are the best. I'm actually going to ask him this question. Where are the other survivors?
What others? What are you talking about?
Irving and the other mages who fought Uldred. Where are they?
They are in the harrowing chamber. The sounds coming up from there. Oh, Maker.
We must hurry. They are in grave danger, I am sure of it.
You can't save them. You don't know what they've become.
And you do?
They've been surrounded by blood mages whose wicked fingers snake into your mind and corrupt your thoughts.
His hatred of mages is so intense. The memory of his friends' deaths is still fresh in his mind.
You have to end it now, before it's too late.
I mean, his hatred of the mages makes complete sense, Alistair. If he had blood mages get into his mind and do their Jedi mind tricks, yeah, of course he's gonna not be fond of them. And the hardest part about dealing with blood mages is that you can't differentiate them from all of the other mages. There's not a visual marker. There's not a set of tattoos they have on their face. It's not like their eyes glow red. Like, a blood mage looks just like anybody else. The terrifying thing about them is that they can assimilate into the other mages very easily, so long as they keep their powers covert. So this guy is now going to be terrified of all mages as the result of that. It's terrible. So, yeah, Alistair, he hates all mages. I can't say I blame him. Because there's no way for him to differentiate a blood mage from a normal mage. He has to be skeptical of all of them. And that's why, as they rightly do, as far as we understand, the mages should also not be okay with having blood mages around. Like, this whole idea, like, if we were to say that the blood mages are the bad apples, well, yeah, they are. But you don't get a pass if you're not a blood mage. Just because you know you're not a blood mage. You also need to make sure that you are working hard to keep the blood mages accountable and make sure that they're not doing blood maging. So that kind of like lateral accountability is really important here. And that's why this guy is trapped, because he has no reason to believe that any mage is going to be safe. So I have Wynne in my party. As far as he's concerned, she's a blood mage. And I'm going to limit her contact with him as a result. Amy Sarah, thank you very much for the raid. I appreciate that, friend. Welcome in. Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Mick. I'm a licensed couple and family therapist, and this is Game Sessions with a Therapist, where we play cool games like Dragon Age Origins, and I use them to illustrate psychological concepts and talk about mental health and stuff. So if that sounds awesome, you should stick around for a little while. Thank you for the raid. I hope you had a great stream. Excuse me. I hope you had a great stream, Amy. All right. What do you propose we do?
To ensure this horror is ended, to guarantee that no abominations or blood mages live, you must kill everyone up there.
Oh, he's not wrong, man. Oh, this is, see, now this has been flipped on its head, okay? Because now we're in a conundrum. That assimilation of the blood mages into the other mages is gonna be bad here, because I don't have any way of knowing who in there is a blood mage and who isn't. Like, this guy's not entirely wrong, right? Because this idea, I'd rather spare Maleficarum than risk harming an innocent. Yeah, I certainly agree with that. I mean, in an ideal world, I think that's what we would all want to aim for here. At the same time, one Maleficarum, one blood mage could wreak havoc across the board. And I don't have any way, I mean, I won't know until I get in there, but I don't have any way of assessing who's innocent and who's not. Right, yeah, I can't say, well, all the blood mages, please stand up. That's not how this works. Right? So, I need to see what's going on. And I need to know, but again, I can't promise this guy that I'm gonna spare people or that I'm gonna kill everyone. I will say that I probably get his buy-in if I say that he's probably right. Because the thing is if I select this, I am not committing to killing everybody in the tower when I say this to him. But what I am doing is I am showing him that his way of conceptualizing this is built from a level of lucidity that he desperately needs. Right? So the way that I connect with him is for me to say, I hate to admit it, but you're probably right. Because if I say I can't decide before seeing what's going on, he has no way of knowing whether I'm an ally or not. I know I'm an ally. So I can say he's probably right, doesn't mean I have to act on it. I'm not lying to him, but I am getting a little bit of empathic buy-in with him by saying that. Because the reality is, if I can't differentiate who's up there, he may be right. Right? We've had to make really hard decisions up until this point. And blood mages, I'm sure, by virtue of being blood mages and needing to stay covert, are going to be really good at hiding themselves. It was rare for us to have a blood mage out themselves like the lady did when we were on our way up the tower that we killed. Okay, so, I hate to admit it, but you're probably right, man.
You understand what you must do. I would help, but as you can see, I am in no position to do anything.
We will come back for you after we deal with the Uldred. I think that's probably the better way to do it.
My cage is Uldred's doing, or one of his mages. Once they're dead, I will be free.
Okay. It's unfortunate so many have to die for his mistakes.
Sometimes terrible things must be done to protect the greater good.
What
He's not
greater
wrong.
good? What good is done by killing the innocent? I cannot allow this. I will defend this circle to the death.
Well, 1 second here. I sense that things are going quickly downhill.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this team, as I understand where she's coming from. Oh, lordy. Okay. Ready. This is where selective attention is gonna grab us. This is where we may like to believe that we are one unified team, but we are not. We are a unit comprised of individuals that have our own convictions that at times are going to run counter to the convictions of the entire group or the greater good. I completely understand where Wynne's coming from. Wynne is choosing to move her attention here to the innocent. She is going to pull that out and say, We can't afford to kill somebody who is innocent here because we can't differentiate them from the guilty. Better to let a guilty person go free than to imprison an innocent person by death. And while I generally agree with that principle in real life, here in the world of Dragon Age, letting a blood mage go in this capacity is unbelievably dangerous. Unbelievably dangerous. We also don't know if the mages that are up there are already indoctrinated by the blood mages, and we don't even know if there's a way for them to come back to lucidity from that. I might have a bunch of innocent people up there that are already too far gone because they've been indoctrinated by the blood mages. I don't know. But the reality is, if we can't differentiate who's innocent from who's guilty, we probably have to go with the known quantity, which is we know there are blood mages in here and we have to wipe them out. And I could understand if Wynne doesn't want to be on board with that from a morality standpoint. I am the one that's in the position to make this call. And I don't know that it's a good idea for Wynne to jump in front of this bullet right now. Because we don't know what's happening in there. We might go in there and the only people that are in there are blood mages. Maybe all the normal mages are dead. Maybe the circle has fallen. I can't really afford to have Wynne grasp onto this idea that the circle can't fall, when my directive is to try to protect as many people as I possibly can. What this Templar said is a harsh reality, which is that sometimes you do have to make difficult decisions for the greater good. And that greater good including our livelihood. We're included in this. We just got taken into the Fade by a sloth demon. So we're susceptible to this shit. A blood mage could just as well take control of me as anybody else. And I'm a Grey Warden with influence. What happens if a blood mage takes control of somebody like Loghain? What if Loghain's under the influence of the blood mages? I don't know, right? Like, there's a lot of unknowns here, but this is all a very invisible thing. To bring it all the way back, we got to work with what we know. And what we know right now is that there's some shit going on in there that we can't see. And I can't have Wynne get in the middle of this and stand in front of me and say, I'm gonna let you kill anybody innocent right now. Because I can't promise you that. I can't promise I won't save everybody, but I can't promise that I'm gonna spare everybody and hopefully let some Maleficarum just leave the tower, when that could cause widespread plague of the mind in Ferelden. Like, I'm not about to be the reason that happens either. Where we're all sitting here going, man, if only we'd have killed a couple innocent mages while we decimated the blood mages so that this didn't happen. Like, I don't want to be in that position. The time for talk is over. Wynne, come on.
You will have to get through me to harm the others.
No, please. We don't have to fight. Just stay here, Wynne. We will take care.
Thank you for your concern, my dear. But it is too late. We've all made our choices. I cannot let you harm them. I am sorry we could not agree. And I am sorry that I must stop you.
Oh, Wynne. No, man. No way! Wynne! That was so beyond necessary, man. Honestly, that's on Wynne. That is on Wynne. She made that call without us even going in there. I did not in any way, shape, or form commit to killing everybody in the tower. I just said we might have to do that. If she's going to stand on those stairs and she's going to attack me, what am I going to do? Just sit there and take it? No. Her death there, that's on her. I can put my head on the pillow tonight and sleep well. That was Oh. That tells me to an extent that Wynne was compromised from viewing the bigger picture. Like, I need a team who is willing to sit in the gray area and make difficult decisions with me. I can't have somebody who stands on a very myopic view of something and is willing to go to the death for it. Like, I admire that. Like, that's fine. But you just forced me to kill somebody innocent. Before I even went in there. Like, she literally just created the very event that she was trying to prevent by attacking me. I just had to kill somebody innocent. It's a bummer. She also hasn't been with us very long. So, how do I know that that wasn't a stand against the blood? Like, here's the crazy part about this, chat. I don't know that Wynne isn't a blood mage. That's what I was just talking about 10 minutes ago. I don't know that she's not a blood mage. I want to assume that she's good. She joined my party. She was protecting the children. She wants to go and find First Enchanter Irvin. But how do I know that she's not a blood mage? When she goes and stands on those stairs and says, I can't let you do that, Star Fox. Then, that looks in some ways like she's protecting blood mages. She says she's protecting the innocent. Of course she is. I could go in there and assess the situation. I don't know. It's the horrible thing about that decision that she made. Is that she was willing to go stand up there and take me on like that and fire the first shot. So she put herself in this position. I don't feel bad about this. It sucks that it happened, but like, dude, we could have talked about this a hell of a lot more than that. All I insinuated is that maybe the Templar's right. Because you know who knows the most right now? The guy sitting in the prison who was there. Like, oh man. Brutal, dude. Give me my stuff back. All of that for her to die a death on a stone staircase. And you know what else is... Oh, you know what else is unbelievable about that decision? Is she was there when I killed that blood mage on the way up. She was there. She saw me say, I can't afford to let this blood mage go and kill innocent people. I'd have been more understanding if she had stood up on there, if I had spared the blood mage and said, no, man, I saw you spare a blood mage and put people at risk already. I don't trust what you're about to do in there. I might have been a little bit more amenable to that. But she literally watched me kill a blood mage in cold blood because I didn't want to take the risk of allowing that blood mage to go out into the wild. And yet she's still willing to take that stand. It was a choice, Wynne. You just watched me decimate an entire sloth demon, and you really thought that you could take on the three of us? Lord. Oh, man, that's just... Alright. We're going in. Flashing light warning.
Do you accept the gift that I offer?
Dude. shit.
Ah, look what we have here. An intruder. I bid you welcome. Care to join in our revels?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Hell, would love to join you. What the hell? Okay, so what that means is we've been slaying innocents all the way through. All these abominations are just converted mages by the blood mage. That's terrible. By the way, I would expect Wynne to know that, but okay, whatever. She's dead. She's done. She's gone. I'm not taking her into account anymore. Uldred, my man. This isn't great. I take it you're Uldred. We're going to control the engagement by staying calm. I'm not going to just have this big giant reaction to this. Sure, what I just saw was terrible and shocking. I gotta stay in control here. This guy is gonna control the engagement by trying to stay calm against some crazy whacked out shit that he's doing. And so I'm gonna meet him there. Show him that I am not fazed by what it is that he's done. That's the only way that we're gonna show him any kind of power here. If I react, it's not gonna be good, right? If I'm like, I'm just gonna kill you, stop what you're doing immediately. None of that's gonna help. That's what he's expecting me to say. So we're gonna stay cool. We're gonna control the engagement first by identifying him and showing that we know who he is. Even though he probably knows that we know who he is, it's still a nice way to show you got a little bit of information. I take it you're Uldred.
Oh, very observant. I'm quite impressed you're still alive. Unfortunately, that must mean you killed my servants. Oh, well, they are probably better off dying in the service of their betters than living with the terrible responsibility of independence.
That's a hell of a line. Jesus, dude. You've been drinking the Kool-Aid for a long time, huh? I don't like any of these options. Like, I'd rather be like, what do you mean? But I'm gonna be a little like, I'm sorry, are you upset I killed your lackeys, big dog?
We needn't fixate on who killed whom. That doesn't help our relationship.
What are you trying to accomplish by... I'm not gonna make assumptions yet. Let's get some information. What are you trying to accomplish by torturing these people?
A mage is but the larval form of something greater. Your chantry vilifies us, calls us abominations, when we have truly reached our full potential. Look at them. The chantry has them convinced. They deny themselves the pleasure of becoming something glorious. Isn't that right? Tell our friend how much happier you are now.
It is a beautiful gift you have given us.
See? It would be so much easier if they all simply accepted it and opened their hearts to me. But some people can be so stubborn.
And so much time wondering whether he could. He didn't stop to think whether he should. I mean, this is basically the same thing that the Sith are in Star Wars. Like, that you have magic, and that there are going to be people that believe that you should be able to go about it unclouded. Like, just fully, just ungoverned. Just let me realize my full potential. This is the absolute apex of what it is that mages are capable of. It's not generally justification for hurting people, and it certainly didn't look like that dude laying on the floor consented to be turned into an abomination. We are in an impossible engagement with this guy right now because of something that I talk about very frequently, which is that if you ask the right amount of questions and you extend the right amount of curiosity, you will always find that the things that people do, even if they are absolutely terrible, they make sense to them. People don't just do evil, bad shit just to do it. This guy has created an entire narrative in his mind that serves as a justification for the things that he's doing. Like, this guy genuinely believes that mages are horribly oppressed, are essentially castrated, and that they should have the ability to reach their full potential by using the entire smorgasbord of abilities that are potentially available to them. He sees the Chantry, probably sees anybody associated with the Chantry as oppressive forces that he has to fight against. He has essentially made himself the victim of a system. So he believes he's fighting the good fight. I am working to try to make sure that me and my fellow brethren aren't held down by the man. There is no way in this conversation with him in a span of 2 seconds that I'm going to change his mind on that. Because he has completely tilted his entire global perspective of this. It's what makes talking to a person like this so anxiety-inducing for people and so difficult, because you know that this person is living on a different plane of reality than what you are. What we just saw is terrible. He's probably mind-controlling that abomination sitting next to him. But he has created a story that justifies every single thing he's done, and all he's going to do with any new information that comes about is assimilate it into that schema. There's not really any way to challenge him on this, unless we have a way to do it experientially, and I just don't have the time to do that with him right now. So I am now talking with a guy who has his mind made up. So there's really not any use in me. This would be like me talking to Emperor Palpatine and trying to get him to realize that the Force doesn't need to be used to do lightning and shit like that. Like, Palpatine would laugh in your face. Christopher, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Yeah, some of the worst things in humanity happen with the best intentions. Absolutely. Like, bad people, you will often find, justify their actions from a space that you could actually empathize with if you sit and listen to them long enough. Like, if I sat in a room with this guy for long enough and I was a mage, I could absolutely believe. I've been locked in this tower my entire life. And maybe it was the decision of the mages at the outset. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe they were herded off and did a trail of tears to the tower. I don't know. But ultimately, this guy, I'm sure, has received a bit of an ideological following by suggesting that they are all oppressed and that this is a way to flex their autonomy. Becoming a blood mage is essentially the only way that I can stick it to the man. Some people can be so stubborn. Of course they are. You're trying to destroy their life. See, he's not going to believe that. I'm just going to say what I believe, which is that I'm glad so many of them stood up to you.
And what good did that do? I still won. I even have the first enchanter on my side, don't I, Irving?
Stop him. He is building an army. He will destroy the Templars, and...
You're a sly little fox, Irving, telling on me like that. And here I thought he was starting to turn.
Never!
That's enough out of you, Irving. He'll serve me eventually. As will you.
What a little weenie. My God, man. He'll serve me. But not because he's an autonomous person. He's gonna serve me because I have to use mind control. Like, this dude has no power. The only power he has is coercion and using magic to get people to flip over to his side. Like, what a loser. My God, dude. At least be, like, charismatic. I gave him way too much credit 10 seconds ago. I'm like, oh, he's got this big ideological doctrine that all the magi would, like, get on board with because they want to stick it to the man. He's like, no, they're gonna serve me because like, come on, dude. I just, like, lost all respect for him. Like, here he is lining up to be this really empathic, awesome, like, villain dude. No, he's just a little wiener. That's all he is. He's a little weenie guy. He was just compensating for a bunch of bullshit by coercing people and using magic to get him to follow him. Like, what a lame dude. Which, by the way, this is what I'd be saying to him in real life. I would absolutely be making fun of him right now. Because that is going to zing right into his vulnerabilities. And the reason that I would do that is because it's going to throw him off kilter and it's going to keep him weak. It's going to get him to access his insecurity, and it gives me the upper hand. There is no amount of ideological conversion that we're going to have here. I'm going to zip right for what I know that he is probably afraid of, which is being called out on his bullshit. These people only follow you because you make them, you nitwit, idiot. These people don't follow you because they care about you. You have to force them to. How lame is that? Big fucking loser. What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, I'm not stupid. Do you think I'm going to let you wander around this tower knowing you are a pawn of the Templars? You are a thorn in my side, and I must remove you before you fester.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. Lock it up, Ryan. Because I can actually use this to illustrate something, believe it or not. That is all projection. Everything he just said to me is beautiful projection. Remember, you learn so much about people through the way they project onto you. The most important thing that he just said is that I am a pawn of the Templars. This guy's entire way of understanding power dynamics and hierarchies is coercion. Pawn suggests that the Templars own me, that they control my movements, that I am not acting autonomously, which is exactly what he's doing to all the people that are following him. It's exactly what he perceives the mages as doing. It's probably how he looks at just about everybody, as not having any autonomy. So, in his tragic figure narrative, he has to bust out of that. I am not beholden to anybody, like you are, is essentially what he's saying. Which tells me that he feels like he is under the thumb of something. Probably the Chantry. Or the Circle itself. Or Irvin, right? So all of this is a massive compensation. If I had a chance to sit down and talk with him, we'd be going there. We'd be helping him recognize that autonomy can be exerted without harming others. Like, there's all sorts of different ways that he can get there. But his belief that I'm the pawn of something is not backed up by any data. This guy doesn't know me. We just met. So he's using his own experience, his own perceptions, and his own projections to fill in the gaps. And you've got to be really careful about doing that in real life when you're interacting with people that you don't know. Because our brain hates unknowns in interactions. So we use our own ideas, our own representations, and our own experience to fill the gaps. And more often than not, you're going to miss the mark. That's why it's important to be curious and to ask questions and to get a feel about where people are coming from and what they're about instead of assuming. Because you're so much more likely to be wrong than you are to be right. Just like him. I'm not a pawn of the Templars. Like, did I agree to help them? Sure, but that doesn't mean that, like, I just follow them unconditionally. I'm not you, you little weenie boy. Little weenie loser boy. You're a thorn in my side. You're gonna kill me then?
Killing you would be a waste. Your raw potential, with the strength of a demon behind it, would be unstoppable. I can do that. I can give you power and a new life.
Such a loser, man. Oh my god. He's assuming I want that. I'm good, dude. I've got a whole tower worth of abominations I slayed on my way up. I'm good. I feel pretty powerful. I'm good, man.
I can give you a new life. I can make you more powerful. I can give you hair on your head and your face. I can give you a six-pack. The power of a demon. Blazing blue eyes that all the ladies just can't stop looking at.
I'm good, dude. That doesn't sound very appealing to me, dude.
I don't think your opinion matters. That is what I've decided, and that is what will be done. Fight, if you must. It will just make my victory all the sweeter.
Okay, sure, man. Yep, I'm sure it will. Wow, look at him. Look at you. You must be so proud of yourself. Your ability to turn into a big old stone demon. Look at you. this guy is okay. Maybe he's kind of strong. Oh, did he just kill his own dude? I gotta hand it to him. He's the strongest enemy we fought so far. Come on, look at me.
You did it. I feel almost sorry for them, but it had to be done. Thank you. The Templars will forever be in your debt.
How did you get up here? Wish I could have saved him.
Perhaps in death they will gain the Maker's forgiveness. We will have to start over, but there will always be mages, and the Circle will always be needed.
I should tell Grigor it's
Follow
over.
me then.
Wait, I don't get to loot the big
You
guy?
said you have proof. Where is it? I will not risk leaving the doors open.
You will believe one of your own men, yes?
Accept my word as proof, sir. All the mages are dead. We no longer have to fear their dark powers.
We will form the Circle anew upon the remains of the old, and we will not make the same mistakes twice. I am grateful for what you have done, and I did give you my word that we would aid you in your battle against the Darkspawn. I intend to honor my promise to you.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Once we have secured the tower, my men and I will make our way to battle. After all, we still have not heard from Denerim, and the Darkspawn threaten all of Ferelden. It falls to me to decide what we must do. The Templars, out of duty and gratitude, will stand with the Grey Wardens.
You will make a fine addition to my army.
You must excuse me. There are loose ends to be tied up, and the Chantry must be informed that the situation here is under control. We will meet again soon. Till then, may the Maker watch over you.
Damn. Annulment Invoker? Oh, shit. Well, I guess Irving got taken advantage of. Oh, I forgot to use this. Oh, man. I forgot to use it. No. Okay, well, not great. I completely forgot about it. That's what happens, though, man. This is why you gotta have a plan. See, okay, all right. It is my responsibility that I forgot to use the litany, okay? It is my responsibility that I forgot to use it. At the end of the day, I should have remembered to do it. However, I do want to put my lack of use of it in context, because I actually think it's pretty important to do that. This entire thing got turned on its head when Wynne walked up on the stairs. That threw in a wrench in this entire thing. I don't know that I would have remembered to use it. Maybe Wynne would have remembered to use it because she's the mage who knows about it. But Wynne walking up on those stairs got me so focused on the fact that I just had to kill one of my party members that I was scrambled going into the tower. It threw the whole thing off. I spent all my time sitting there thinking about the fact that we had to take her down, being annoyed about that I completely forgot that the mage, which I am not, handed me a scroll that I could have used in that room. Hell, my assumption was that the scroll was just by virtue of having it, that was good enough. I didn't realize it was the thing I actually had to use. Would have loved it if Wynne would have been like, yo, by the way, when you go up there, remember that thing we got? Yeah, he wasn't lying. Use that scroll when we go up there, big guy. It would have been nice. Because I'm not going to expect, I mean, maybe Alistair. I'm not going to expect Liliana to know that. Regardless, man, we live with the consequences. It's the beauty of these playthroughs. I didn't use the scroll. I killed Uldred. We lost Irvin as a result. The mages are dead. I got Templars, right? It really sucks. But I am the one that is accountable for the fact that I didn't use the scroll. I'm not gonna blame Wynne for that, but she was absolutely a contributing factor to throwing that off. It would be ridiculous for me to not make mention of that. She threw it. It threw a whole wrench in the thing. But, you know, it is what it is, man.
So
it's going to be real interesting to hear what Alistair has to say. Alright, kids are still alive. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is going to be fun.
You should be on your way. The sooner this is over, the better.
Good luck, and may the Maker turn his gaze on you.
Oh, these people aren't even mad about it.
Oh, come, swift sword, and deliver me that I might find the Maker again.
If I was a proper mage like Wynne, I could save us.
Well, when the time comes that people have to clean this mess up, maybe don't clean up the stairs, kid. Maybe take carpet duty on the lower levels, alright? So that you can keep that in your mind in that innocent way.
I heard the Templars talking about chasing down a Malefica yesterday.
When you've rested enough, we need to get these out of the tower before they get fragrant.
Touching those abominations. It's wrong.
Someone has to do it.
Why do we have to take them across the lake to burn? The lake's right there.
I am actually quite intrigued by what's going to happen here in the tower. Like, I kind of want to work my way back up to the top. I want to loot Uldred. I can't believe... Literally, when Uldred dropped, he was lootable. Also, I want to check in that other... I just want to check on that other dude that was up here. Lord. What a wild ride, man. Where's the guy? He's not even up here anymore. There's the lady I killed, so she hasn't been cleaned up yet. Scroll of Banastor. To align with the power of the Fade is but the first of many steps. Further is to align with the mind to the Fade's rules and find the ties between the realm of dream and the realm of flesh. This is the true power of blood magic. The flesh and the mind are inseparable, and therein lies the power to influence and control minds. Below the text are indecipherable runes and stains of blood and ink. Others may speak of the sanctity of the mind. To those who know the true power of the blood, this is foolishness. The mind is no more sacred than the knee, the small toe, or the ear. It is man's organ of reasoning, nothing more. And true reasoning requires connection to the rhythm of the blood, the tireless pounding of life. Interrupt this, and even the mind is yours to control. Below the text is a diagram of blood magic ritual in progress with no notation or description. Yeah, see, more justifications, man. I do just want to make sure. I also want to find chapter 1 of that one thing if we can, but I want to go all the way up top and see what the aftermath of all of this is. Feels a little... Oh, maybe this guy... Oh, man. Oh, wait, it was downstairs. Was that the guy that was in the wardrobe? He made it out okay. Man, what a brutal series of events. Yeah, the storehouse guy was the guy I was looking for when I came up here. He's nowhere to be found. And there was a guy that was hiding in the wardrobe who I was hoping to maybe check in on, and he's not around either. I don't see him either. Oh, I'm just kind of doing one more sweep of the place, just to make sure that we got everything. It was very abrupt. We're like, all right, let's just go talk to Gregar instead of like, let me loot this guy real quick because he's got some cool shit on him. Juliana level 12 yet? Nope. While I sweep the castle, I just want to say how much I appreciate all of you being here. If you are watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for your support. I am very grateful for it. And those of you, thanks for subbing and liking the stream and leaving comments and becoming members. And those of you that are here live on Twitch, thank you as always for keeping me company while I do these runs. I am grateful to have some cool people to talk to while I do these. You get to watch it happen in real time. So thanks for the subs and the follows and all of that. And thanks to anybody who buys merch from my merch store. Listens to my music. As always, thanks for telling people about the stream. Here.
Yes.
We've had to make some tough choices here, man. Not like you even needed to stop the Rite of Annulment or anything, because you kind of already did the job for him. Yeah, I know. Crazy, man. We're almost there. Guy up there. I didn't even see that the first time. What? What?
This rubbish
Uldred, brother, what are you doing here? What? Wait, what? Good thing I checked, I guess. I cannot use the litany. Litany's over. This is pretty wild, though. That this guy is still alive. Need aggro. This guy sucks to fight. Like, he is really strong. I wonder how many people actually go back up to the top of the tower after this. This guy's just been chilling up here. Like, if I didn't come back up here, he'd have just, like, come downstairs and killed all the Templars, man. That would have really sucked. Okay. Alright, Uldred. Thank you, buddy. Cinderfell gauntlets. I'd give that to a mage if I had one. Heavy plate armor. It's not useful. It wasn't even worth it. Whatever, he's dead. Man, that poor Templar guy's like, yeah, man. He totally killed him. We go up here. Oh, man. Brother Irvin, oh, God. This is a mess. This is the worst. He's such a weenie, he just rolled over and played dead, right? What a loser. Alright. Well, I'm glad we came up here and checked. Can we just get F's in the chat real quick for Wynne? Just F's for Wynne. Her bones just lay sitting on the stairs where she took her final stand unnecessarily. Moment of silence for rash decision making. Her frustration was warranted. Her behavioral response to it was not. One's gonna stick with me, man. It's such a weird decision on her part. Like, why? Why is that where you take your stand, man? I don't want you to kill innocent people, so I thrust my body at it. I will throw my body into the fray as tribute. It's bad, man. It's just bad. Real knucklehead behavior. Hey, she died for what she believes in. That's the thing that's important to you. That was kind of what her Nightmare in the Fade was about, right? Pretty much. Pretty much. Well, at least the kids are still alive. Not like all the mages are dead. Maybe starting the circle anew will be a good thing. Who knows? Oh, what's up, Colin?
You've returned. Why? All the other Templars have left for the war. There is nothing here but a tower in shambles.
Oh, I guess I should go then. Yeah, I needed to look around one last time.
You should go. A great battle awaits you, does it not? I wish I could have gone with them. To fight.
This guy's got something to say and he's not saying it. And you know what? It's not my job to pry it out of him. You got something you want me to know, buddy, you let me know. But, I'm a little cryptic, man. Just say what you need, buddy. Oh, I wish I could fight for a reason that is true and problematic for me, but no, I won't say. I don't want to burden you with that.
So what do you think will happen to all those people we left behind in Lothering?
Some of them will find their way to Denerim. Many will die, as the Maker wills.
Don't you wish you could have stayed there? To help more people, I mean.
If the Blight isn't stopped, everyone will die. This is the greater good we're serving, both of us, right here.
So it's all right to let some people die for the greater good? I'm not so sure about that. I felt bad leaving all those people there, all panicked and helpless.
You're doing what you must, Alistair. There will be worse to come yet. You will need to steel yourself. You know this.
I've never been very good at that. The steeling myself part. I find it better sometimes to just be a little weak. I'm all right with that, really.
I don't believe you. And either way, it's not as if any of us has a choice.
Is that right, Alistair? I mean, that falls in line with the way that we talked about him all the way up until this point. That's okay. He wants to follow. Sees himself as a little weak. It means he doesn't stand up and take leadership roles. It means that he is willing to follow. Let other people make decisions. Liliana is quite the pragmatist and probably believes that everybody wants to be strong. I don't know, man. I can respect Alistair. I can respect Alistair saying, you know what? I own it.
You really killed all those abominations? I didn't think it was possible. I thought we'd all die here. I'm sure you need supplies after that, don't you?
Yeah, give me a discount. How about I sell some of this shit to you because I got way too much stuff. Too many gifts, man. Too many gifts. I'm just selling it. I'm sure there are people watching this right now that are like, no, don't sell all that stuff. Too much. There's too much shit in here, man. We gotta just, it's spring cleaning time. That's what it is right now. Spring cleaning. It ain't got green, it's out of here. Getting rid of this oak branch. Gives me, well no, wait, where's the... Getting rid of this enchanter's staff. Brings me bad memories. 68. There's just too much of this shit, man.
There is so much to be done here. It will be a long and arduous process, but thanks to you, the worst is past.
How will the circle survive without the mages?
We will send word to Orlais and Antiva. The circles there will send us senior enchanters, and they will make up the new circle. We will move on from there.
Righty. I have things to attend to.
I shan't keep you then. Farewell.
Yay.
I've been assigned bringing out the bodies and burning them.
Well, that sucks. Sorry to hear that, buddy. Alright, let's go to camp. Let's have a little chit-chat with folks, huh? First, let's give my dog a bone. Give the dog a bone. Dirk. There you go, buddy. He bounces around you, barking excitedly. Pet Dirk. He rolls around happily on his back. Yeah, that's a good doggy. Honestly, I just don't want him to bark while I talk to everybody else.
What do you need? Ask away.
Man, how are we not processing this?
Here I am. Oh, this should be good.
I want to discuss something.
What would you like to discuss?
Personal. I want you to leave. Never mind. What the hell? Nobody's got anything to say about the shit that went down. Emissary Pether.
The Templars of the Chantry stand ready, Grey Warden.
Need anything?
There are always areas to improve on, Grey Warden. The most useful for my talents are runes.
I have some of those.
The Templars of the Chantry stand ready, Grey Warden.
Be ready.
As is my duty, Grey Warden.
Oh. Hell yeah. Hey, Alistair. Oh, you can't wear this yet. I was gonna give him Kaylin's armor. I can wear the Blood Dragon armor that my mom gave me. Yeah! What's the red % number on the party screens? Their fatigue. So if you put more armor on them, they get tired faster. You have to be careful just with the stuff that you give him. Well, I guess going to camp is kind of whatever. I want to go back to that town.
I'm off.
Indeed.
Yes.
Zevran, welcome back to the party, big dog. And I want to go back to the Callanhead docks. Oh, we're engaged in a battle? This adventurer leader.
Rough travels out here, eh? We even saw Darkspawn on the way in.
Hawkspawn, huh? Where are you going?
We're delivering a message to the Chantry in Denerim. You?
Message about... Oh man, I'm being a nosy little guy, huh?
We saw a blood mage down near the Brazilian forest. We're off to tell the Chantry about him.
Why would I stop this guy? That sounds like a great idea. I'm not gonna stop him. Yeah, go tell him you saw a blood mage. Good luck with that, man.
Thanks. We're heading out. Stay safe.
You track down... Oh, it's from the Mages Collective. You track down a small group of adventurers to stop them from delivering their testimony, but you let them go free. Yeah, what? You found a blood mage. Why would I not let him go free? Seems absurd. Oh, he was the false reporter. Oh. Well. I don't know, man. Those mage things are going to be a little bit harder for me to do. Like, I legitimately don't know who to trust with the mages, man.
Welcome back, youngster. Looking to go across to the tower?
You got your boat back?
Gregor came by, said I could have Lissy back. He seemed sad and tired.
Yeah, he is.
Well, I'll be here.
You're gonna be paid to kill them? Yeah, I'm not gonna kill them for money. I'll let the judges, I'll let the courts decide whether that guy's a blood mage. I don't know. I'm not really interested in trying to get in the way of that after everything we just saw. Alright, where do I want to go? You know what? Let's check our... Oh, I got some stuff to read first. First Enchanter Irving. He died when the tower became overrun by demons. The fate of Ferelden's Circle is now in question. Damn. Dragonlings. Newly hatched dragons are roughly the size of a deer and voraciously hungry. They live for a short time in their mother's lair before venturing out on their own. The slender, wingless creatures are born in vast numbers, as only few ever make it to adulthood. Oh, the Pride Demon. Here we go. Let me explain what it is to face a Pride Demon, my friends. You may scoff and say that our talents exist only to face mages, but you will encounter demons often. They will be summoned by a Maleficar and bound to do his bidding, and while at times they will be forced into the possession of a host, they will also face you in their true form. A powerful opponent indeed. Do not underestimate it. Pride is powerful and intelligent. When we have encountered one in its true form, its most common attacks are bolts of fire and ice. They will use to burn an opponent. The magical flame will combust anything you wear, regardless of the make. Ice they will use to freeze an opponent in place. Be cautious, for they enjoy employing this against warriors in particular. More than one group of Templars has made the mistake of attempting to overwhelm a pride demon and suffered the consequences, believe me. And if you think that having an aid of the other mages will assist you, you are wrong. Pride demons can render themselves immune to magic for short times and are adept at dispelling magic that is cast upon you, as much as we Templars are able to disrupt spells. Think on that for a moment, my friends. Be wary of how prideful you become, lest you find too much in common with such a fiend. Transcript of the lecture given by Varen, Templar Commander of Tantervale, 686 Steel. Travel to the Brazilian forest and slay the Cabal of Maleficarum. Alright. The Cabal of Maleficarum. Hell, that's powerful shit. Brazilian forest. Like that Templar voice? Huh? I saw the quote, so I changed up my voice and then realized I was going to have to read the entire codex that way. Alright, let's find this Cabal. Oh, ye Cabal of Maleficarum! Where are ye? All these remains that are still hanging out here from when we were here last time. Do you think the tree will tell us where the Cabal is? Oh, Cabal. Look at this. He still has his... I don't understand why he still has this here.
Greetings to thee once again. Thou hast not yet left the forest, then?
No, in fact, I have returned. Because there are Maleficarum to be burned. If I could find him. You're gonna have to talk to the wacky dude again. Yeah, what's up, Holla? Holla back! What's up, big dog? What are you fighting? Huh? You get him. Get him, buddy. Get him. Yeah, fight him. Get him. Beat him up. Not what I'm looking for. Think the guy's trying on his new scarf? Maybe. Oh, here they are. Look at them. Look at them hanging out, having a good old time. These people are just trying to be those, like, air dudes that are outside of car dealerships right now. Hey, what are you doing here, guys?
You are not welcome here.
Nice shirt, buddy. Ooh. I'm here on behalf of the Mages Collective.
Doing the Templars' dirty work for them, eh? Templars or mages, it means nothing to us. There is dark power here, and you won't stand in our way.
Okay, well, so you say. Woo. Okay. Well. Oh, do I disturb the remains? This was so intense last time. We're gonna try it. The air seems unnaturally cold around this ancient tombstone. Runes of warding are carved into the surface. Disturb the wards. Oh! The Revenant. Oh, I can finally hurt him. Kind of. Oh my god, dude. He is so strong. Come on. Come on, fellas. Zevran, let's go. Have one of those. Alistair, have one of those. This is going way better than last time. Perhaps it's because we're not injured. I say as Zevran dies. Oh, God. Everybody drink your potions. Yeah, yeah. Hell yeah. Heavy plate armor. Juggernaut plate boots. Those are actually pretty nice. Those are even better than what I'm wearing other than the dodge, but maybe Alistair would appreciate wearing those. Zevran, let me hit you up with an injury kit. Alistair. What do you say, buddy? You want some new pants? Nope, because you can't wear them because you got those little itty bitty legs. You skip leg day, so you can't wear them. Shame. We did get Codex, though, so I want to read that. Culture and history. Legend of the Juggernaut. The arm of the Imperium is long. Once it reached even this forest, in a time when the barbarian tribes of the Clanes still ruled the land. The Tevinter Magisters fought to take it from them, inch by inch, if need be, using terrible magic. The Magister Harak brought an army to this forest, led by Alaric, his friend and general. For Alaric, Harak fashioned a suit of the finest armor, infused it with lyrium and his own blood magic, and named it Juggernaut, after the unstoppable giant golems guarding the gates of the Minthrathis. Thus armed did Alaric win many victories against the Clane. When defeat came, it came from within. Alaric's own lieutenants rose up against him, jealous of the favor he had curried with the Magisters, and eager to take the Juggernaut armor from him. Alaric was slain, and as each successor gained the armor, the other lieutenants turned against him instead. The Tevinter outpost fell to vicious infighting. In a fury, Magister Harak voyaged to the outpost and slew the last 3 lieutenants. The Clane, however, were already approaching the outpost in force. The barbarian chieftain of the Clane desired the fabled armor himself, and even with all his power, Harak could not hope to stand against them all. Instead, Harak used the last of his own life force to cast a spell of blood magic that bound demons to the bodies of the 3 dead lieutenants, as well as Harak's own lifeless corpse. These bound remnants hid the pieces of the Juggernaut armor, and although the barbarians sacked the outpost, the chieftain found neither the armor nor the remnants. The Juggernaut armor's legend lives on, and more than one brave soul has ventured into the depths of the Brazilian forest in search, never to return. From Ferelden, Folklore and History, by Sister Petrine, Chantry Scholar. Okay, so his boots require 38 strength. Good lord, you gotta be a strong person to wear that. Now I remember that there was one more tombstone that we could walk up to. There's one in the western forest, if I recall correctly. Because it's like under a ledge. Let's see if I can find it again. I don't even think it was too far from here. It was like right down here, I think. Yeah, there it is.
Yes.
His tombstone of a Tevinter general. The epitaph makes it clear that his spirit was left to guard over something. Disturb it! Oh god. Oh jeez. Oh! Dude, I'm running out of poultices, man. Like this is gonna get wild. A mage who could heal me would be most keen. Keep going. Come on, friends. Come on. Nice. There we go. Nice. Juggernaut helm. Ooh, I can decide whether I like this better than Kaelin's. It's basically the same. Ooh, it matches my armor better. Which means Alistair. Jeez, he still can't wear this. I don't even know who has the strength to be able to wear that besides me. Hell yeah. Starting to match. This is good. These things are a bitch to fight, though. Like, I'm just absolutely burning through poultices trying to fight these guys. I'm gonna have to really stock up. Can you make them? I'm sure there's probably a way. But I don't possess the skill set. Not really much into crafting in these types of games either. I just like to find it, you know? I like to buy it. Spend my hard-earned coin rather than my hard-earned time. You know what I'm saying? Just one health poultice, Michael. How much could it cost? $10? Just one banana, Michael. I don't remember ever going this way. Let's go check out this way. I don't know if we ever went up to the Northeast Forest. Oh, we did. It's just a different way to enter into here. That's from Arrested Development, Floaty. Lucille Bluth is like one of the greatest characters in TV history. He's just absolutely fabulous. Here's some money. Go see a Darkspawn War. Go see a Star Wars. I love all my children equally. I don't care for Job. Never cared for Job. Alright, here we go. Let's give it a shot. Familiar warding runes are carved into this tombstone. Disturb them. Let's go. By the way, if Zevran continues to get his ass whooped, I might have to remove him from the party when we gotta do fighting. Like, we need to kill the ads so that we can get everybody focused on the Revenant. Come on. There we go. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Well. Not great. This is probably not gonna go well. Alice. Oh boy. Okay. Alistair, give you this. Dr. Mick, I'm good for now. Liliana is also gonna need one, I think. Oh boy. Alright, here's hoping. I got 4 left. Nice. Oh, man. Nice job, Liliana. Juggernaut plate gloves.
What now? I could have a try at that.
No, you can't, Zevran, because you're not strong enough, big dog. There's gotta be... I mean, there's gotta be a breastplate. We've gotten the legs, the helmet, and the gauntlets. So I would think that there's one more somewhere in here. And it might be like the granddaddy Revenant of them all. It is floaty. Where is the final tombstone? Maybe it's down here? I'm sure there's somebody watching this right now that's like, oh god, I know exactly where it is. It's gonna kill me that Dr. Mick can't find it. Honestly, I'm actually okay. If anybody knows where the final chest is in here, you can tell me. I don't want to run around here for the next, like, half hour trying to find this thing. So if you know where it is, you can tell me where it is. I'm okay with you backseating. Here's your time to shine, backseaters. Where's the final gravestone? You can answer the question. It's in the ancient temple ruins. It's in the temple behind the locked door. A little puzzle you have to do. Oh, alright. Cool. Let's go there then. Yeah, see, I would not have gone in there and checked, so. I appreciate you all for answering that question, because I would have not gone and looked there. Y'all were ready. You sure were. Alright, that's it. Backseating window is closed. Rare opportunity. You all took advantage. I love it. Folks were sitting on their hands. I know, right? Whoa, what? Why is there darkspawn here now? What the what? What are we doing here? I was literally just in here. Alistair currently getting his ass kicked? What? Zevran, dude, man, you have got to... What the hell? Come on, Alistair. I really got to tank everybody here? I got to do everything around here. Get up, Zevran. Oh, yes. Honestly, if these guys all have health poultices on them, gimme, gimme, gimme. Darkspawn do like to carry them. So, I'm okay with that. I just get it out of my system by saying it out loud. Honestly, I am really appreciative of the way that all of you maintain the no backseating standard. I really do appreciate it. I know it's tough. Now, this is a big-ass temple. So... maybe I'm going to reopen the window. How far in do I have to go to do this? Because I don't want to walk past it. DPS keeps writing checks this tanking can't cash. You ain't kidding, man. Like, am I better off going down this way to the lair of the werewolves? Where am I going here? Window's open again. Don't tell me how to do the puzzle. I just want to know where to go. The slippery slope. No, no, no. I just don't want to... I don't want to walk through this whole goddamn temple if, like... it makes for bad content. I want to know where I'm going and where to find this. It should be in the a large room toward the end. So am I better... I'm assuming I'm better off going down the stairs then? Oh, you know what? I wonder if it's that altar thing where you set the thing... because remember I picked up that thing and I was like, oh, we'll have to come back here and set stuff on the altar. And now that we're back here, I actually wonder if we can open some of the stuff that we were having a hard time opening. We were going to come back here eventually, so... Past the room of fire? Cool. Alright. Man, good memories in this room, huh? Some real shit went down here. These stairs. The temple of annoying top step. Come on. Are you kidding me? Jesus. Oh, man. I just need her to be level 12. Scroll of Banastor. The Fade dwell creatures both foul and fair, but all plague mankind with lusts and prides incalculable in our waking hours. Our power attracts them, and for good reason. Our unique bridge between flesh and dreams is one way that they can enter the realm of the flesh. To begin the path to true power, court these poor, terrible creatures and best them. Force them into servitude or pledge your heart to them. Either way, you gain immense power and the means with which to tear holes in the world. Below the text, scribbled with the margin, in the margin, are arcane symbols drawn with blood. Man, these scrolls are... Ilo rags. I don't remember. I obviously didn't come into this room, so... Room of Fire is around here somewhere. Ah, the trap room where we learned about all of our injuries. I remember it so well, like it was yesterday. All of the blunt force trauma that our pal Alistair had experienced. This seems like a room where fun things would happen. This place is huge. This is why I like wanted a little bit of help, because like this place is just like outrageous. Of course.
Perhaps I could have a try.
No, you can't, Zevran. Stop it. If Leliana can't do it, you can't do it. Alright, so if I recall correctly, There's like this tablet. We found it on an altar. I am glad that this is not like World of Warcraft where everything like respawns. Like, I'm glad we can walk through here and it's just all wiped out. Ah, here's the fire room. Okay.
Right ahead. Trap right ahead.
Oh, hell yeah, Liliana. And then she walks on it anyway. Like, I love how my party doesn't just... The Last of Us Ellie moment right there. Like, no kidding. Am I close? Chat? Gotta be close. I don't know that there's that much temple left for me to... Because, like, here's the... There is an indent on the surface of this altar in which something might be placed. The room you're looking for should have a pool of water in the center. Hey! Oh, this is a room we never went into. We never even went in here. Water in the pool appears cool and clean. It's refreshed from some internal source, perhaps magically. Submerged in the water is what appears to be a small earthen jug. Drink some of the water, examine and test the water carefully. Take the earthen jug. Leave the pool alone. I'm going to take the jug. You take the jug out of the pool. It is made of clay and appears to be none the worse for its long submersion. Fill the earthen jug with water. You dip the jug in the water until it fills up completely. Leave the pool alone. Alright, now I'm gonna go put... What is this? Okay. The altar is plain and covered in a thin layer of dust. Numerous carvings cover its surface, but most are eroded beyond legibility. Examine the carvings on the altar more closely. Place the filled earthen jug on top of the altar. Pour water from the jug onto the altar. Leave an offering on the altar. Kneel before it and pray. Let's examine the carvings on the altar more closely. Most of the carvings are faded. What little you can make out involves a scene where an honored dead is laid to rest inside a grand chamber. There seems to be some kind of process involving the altar before the body can be laid to rest, but most of these runes are illegible. Let's pour the water on the altar. The water spills over the altar, dribbling down its sides until it disappears into cracks on the floor. Examine the carvings. Okay, so that didn't do anything. Leave the altar alone for now. I'm gonna go fill the jug, though, again. Water in the pool is clean. Fill it with water. Okay. Let's go see what else we have around here. I'm intrigued by this. So, there's that altar. I am curious if that other altar we found, perhaps we can place the jug on that altar. I have to remember exactly where that altar is. It's gonna get interesting. This is where the dragon was. Uncanny Mike, what's up? Thanks for watching that. I completely missed that room, like in its entirety. This door was just shut. How did I never go in here? I don't want to drink the water yet, but I don't know what I can leave an offering. You leave a few coins upon the altar. Immediately you get the strong sensation this is wrong, and without knowing it, you take the coins back. Let's see. Leave the filled earthen jug on top of the altar. The jug is now on top of the altar. Examine the earthen jug on the altar. The earthen jug sits on the altar and is currently filled with water. Take a single sip of water in the jug. Oh boy, we're going to try it. You take a sip of water in the jug and replace it on the altar. Immediately the water begins to boil until gas jets out into the air. Whoa. Atop the altar sits an empty earthen jug. Kneel before the altar and pray. You kneel before the altar and pray, touching your forehead to the ground as you depicted on the tablet. You feel a sense of rightness and approval around you. Examine the jug. The earthen jug sits on the altar. It is completely empty. Let's take it. Now let's kneel again. You feel a sense of rightness and approval around you. Alright, let's see now what happens if I drink some of the water. Examine and test the water carefully. The water appears normal, and dipping your hand into it is cool to the touch. It's definitely circulated by an unknown force. Drink it. Water is surprisingly refreshing, but otherwise has no special effects. Okay. Let's fill it with water again. Let's see what happens if I drink it completely after it's on the altar. First, let's kneel. Okay. Now we place it on the altar. Leave an offering. Okay, that doesn't... Okay, so that doesn't work then. Examine the jug. Drink all of it.
Yes.
Let's see. Alright, I want to find that other altar. Okay, so this all stays the same. I now have full earthen jug. I'll look around for a second here and see what else we have. We've got swords. We have jug. We have no head. Probably overthinking this. But I don't care. This is now fascinating. This has captured my attention. Indent on the surface where something might be placed. So, So I can't. I can't place the jug on this altar. Alright, I wonder if I set the jug on the altar, if I pray, and then take a sip. Let's see what happens. Let's kneel and pray. Okay, let's examine the jug, and then let's take a sip. Take a sip from the jug and place it on the altar. Okay. Now we examine. Most of the carvings are faded. It's usually some kind of process. Okay, so now we kneel again. Okay. Examine the jug. Take a single sip. Carefully take a sip from the water in the jug and replace it on the altar. Kneel again. Examine the jug. Take a sip. Take the jug. Pray again. And leave the altar. Wait a minute, what? What? Slowly you spill the water out of the jug back into the pool. As soon as the jug is empty, it suddenly shatters. The pieces falling into the pool. check these. Studded helmet. Who is this?
Viran Salanon. Ranala Foros. Nay, Garan Sadale, Garan!
I don't understand what she's saying. I don't understand you.
Iramelashal, Iramelashal!
Oh. Everybody on the shade for now. Thank you. Okay. I'll deal with her. Everybody else on the shade. No. Come on, man. We were doing so well. At least I saved is right. I will try it again. If it crashes again, I'll lower the resolution. We'll do the same thing. I don't understand the thing. Alright. Everybody focus the shade. I'm gonna kill her. Zevran about to die again. Alish gloves. Elven burial chamber. Juggernaut plate armor. There it is. Cool. New codex. Mages, you have recovered all the items hidden by the Tevinter mage. Oh, cool. Alternate history. Euthenera. To the ancient elves who existed during the time of Arlathan, Euthenera was an act of reverence. Elves did not age. They were not immortal, but they did not suffer from deterioration of mind or body. They suffered only from a deterioration of the spirit. It did not happen often, but the oldest of the elves were said to reach a point where they became weary of life. Memories became too much to bear, and rather than fade into complacency, they voluntarily stood aside to let newer generations guide their people. Good for them. Euthenera means the long sleep, in which the elder would retire to a chamber that was one part bed and one part tomb. To great ceremony from all the extended family, the elder would succumb to a slumber from which they would not wake for centuries, and often never. In time, the body would deteriorate, and the elder would die in truth. All the while, family would continue to visit the chamber to pay respect to the one who made such great sacrifice. With the arrival of humans and the quickening of elven blood that ensued, the practice of Euthenera began to fade. When Arlathan fell, it ceased forever. From what is passed by Hassandriel, Lord of Halamshiral, 2-7 glory. Awesome. Well, let's take a look. I just want to see what it looks like. Juggernaut plate armor. That's pretty sweet. Only I had somebody who could wear it. You know? Well, that was cool. Alright, let's get out of here. So, I have a sense that, I mean, I quite honestly, like, I just did what my intuition told me to do as it related to this. I have a sense there's probably some sort of actual, like, way you're supposed to do it, and I just totally blew past it. Am I correct in that assessment? That I just brute forced that? Because I really didn't have any actual, like, thought process going into that. Correct in that assessment? Yeah. Stumbled upon the correct sequence with a few added steps. You had a codex that vaguely explains the ritual which you read in past episodes. Oh. Oh, cool. Whatever.
Perhaps I could have a try at that.
You had clues, but no backseating until we're let loose, right? Well, I got a sense it was like there was approval in the kneeling. So I suppose it is true that I could have checked the codex, but Brazilian Forest Werewolf Lair. Whatever, works for me. We figured it out. I actually find it somewhat amazing that the enemies that we haven't looted stay. Like, I'm kind of surprised that this game was able to do that. What? Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm gonna take us to camp, and I'm gonna call it there because when we start part 15, we'll figure out where we're gonna go. But chat and YouTube, thank you all for being here. I so appreciate your support of these streams, that you've made it all the way to the end. As always, on your way out, leave a like on the video. Follow me on all the links in the description. Check out the merch store. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you don't subscribe. Turn off notifications if you don't want them. Turn them on if you do. Grateful for your support, and I can't wait to catch you in part 15, which will, I'm sure, be awesome because we're going to start a new quest. But I'll catch you on the next one.